William Saliba, a player that just 2 years ago was on loan at Marseille, and some were questioning if Mikel Arteta even wants Saliba in the club at all. Since Arteta's arrival, Saliba had been sent on 2 loans, and despite impressing on both of them, he never seemed to get a look in at all. However, last season when he returned to Arsenal, that all changed. He was absolutely fundamental in our impressive season, and the moment he went out injured, our season took a turn for the worse. He is now regarded by a lot of us Arsenal fans and most of the footballing world as an elite centre-back and one of, if not the best in the world at his position. But how did this all happen, and what exactly makes Saliba so impressive? Well, that's what we will be discussing in today's video. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you're all doing well. Before we get started, I just want to remind you guys to please subscribe and like the video so we can grow the Arsenal family on this channel. But anyways, onto the video. William Saliba's football journey began at the age of 6. His father coached him and then he bounced around some football French academies. In 2016, he joined Saint-Etienne, where he signed his first professional contract at 17 years old in May 2018. Saliba made his Ligue 1 debut in September 2018, playing 13 times in his first season at the club and impressing next to Wesley Fofana. In July 2019, Arsenal signed William Saliba to a long-term contract for a reported £27 million after competing with Tottenham Hotspur for his transfer. Thank God we beat Spurs to his signature. I would hate to be a Spurs fan right now, seeing how good Saliba is. Must really suck. So thankfully we got him. After this transfer to Arsenal, he returned to Saint-Etienne on loan for the 2019-20 season, which at the time I'm sure a lot of us Arsenal fans could understand, and we thought that after this loan he will probably return to the team and be ready to play the next season. Saliba contributed to Saint-Etienne's run to the 2020 Coupe de France final, though he missed the final due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the end of his loan agreement. Efforts to extend his loan were hindered by financial issues for the club and training control requests, leading to his return to Arsenal in July 2020. Upon Saliba's return to Arsenal in 2020, he was assigned the number 4 shirt, which at the time made me believe even more in the player and made me believe that, this guy's going to get regular minutes for us. And under Arteta, who was about to have his first full season at Arsenal, you would imagine at the time that Saliba was going to get more than enough playing time, and at the end of it could even be a starting centre-back for us. His first appearance for Arsenal was made in a pre-season friendly against MK Dons in August 2020, where I thought he absolutely bossed it and looked class. And at the time, I was so hyped about seeing him play for us in the Premier League and the Europa League that season. And although he was on the bench for the 2020 FA Community Shield, which we won on penalties against Liverpool, he was ultimately excluded from the competitive squads for the 2020-2021 season, which I'm sure I can speak for 95% of Arsenal fans when I say that when this was announced at the time, I was shocked. Saliba looked so good on his loan season in France, and he looked super solid in our friendly against, yes, a weak team in MK Dons, but still, he looked really good. And look, we needed more defensive depth at the time and quality at the time, and we had David Luiz, Rob Holding, Socrates. You would have thought, especially with the Europa League games, that Saliba would have been perfect to play for those Europa League games and allow him to grow in the club. This decision to leave him out led to Saliba spending 6 months playing in Arsenal's under-23 team, where he bossed it, unsurprisingly. This decision that Mikel Arteta made, he later expressed some sort of regret over. Yeah, wonder why you regret that decision. Anyway, William Saliba then left on 2 significant loan spells after being left out of the squad. In January 2021, after spending 6 months playing for the under-23s, he joined Ligue 1 side Nice for the remainder of the 2020-2021 season. In just his first month, playing for Nice, he was Nice's player of the month. Not surprising at all, but that's in his first month. His time at Nice, while short, looked very promising, and again led us all to think that surely now Saliba will be a fixture for this Arsenal team. But yet again, we were wrong. In July 2021, Saliba went on loan to Olympique de Marseille for the 2021-2022 season. If the last season took us by surprise by him being left out the squad, this was far worse. He proved during his time at Nice that he was an extremely strong, quick and clever centre-back, and without a doubt had a spot on our team. We gave more time to guys like Pablo Mari, David Luiz, Rob Holding, but yet we couldn't fit in a young, tall, strong and intelligent centre-back. Yeah, this loan made no sense to me and really had me scratching my head. I maybe thought at the time that this must have been due to some personality issue he must have had, but I don't know, I was so confused as to why he didn't get a chance at Arsenal. But anyways, at Marseille he played a crucial role in securing Champions League football for the club. He also earned accolades such as League Earned Young Player of the Year, and he had a place in the Team of the Year at the end of the season. And despite interest from several clubs, Saliba expressed his desire to return to Arsenal after his loan spell. And I can't tell you how happy I was to hear that at the time. In the 2022-2023 season, William Saliba returned to the Arsenal. And even now, I don't get it. How Saliba goes from someone that we all thought Arteta didn't want being in the club to being our starting centre-back next to the monster that is Gabriel Magalhaes. But anyways, Saliba made his Premier League debut for Arsenal away against Crystal Palace in August 2022 and delivered a very solid performance. And since that game, him and Gabriel have by far and away been our first choice centre-back partnership, by far. Saliba scored his first goal for the mighty Arsenal in a match against AFC Bournemouth, and boy, that was probably my second favourite goal from last season, behind the obvious choice in Reiss Nelson against that same team. I mean, Saliba absolutely whipped it on the edge of the area with his left foot right into the top corner. I remember screaming so loud when that ball hit the back of the net. Good times that was. That performance again made Arsenal and footballing fans take notice of just how special this young French centre-back is. And after dominating for us throughout the season next to Gabriel and already putting himself into the debate of the best centre-backs in the Premier League and making an unlikely, incredible run with Arsenal in the Premier League and looking like we just might do it and end our 20-plus year wait for the Premier League title, tragedy struck. Saliba's breakthrough season was cut short due to a back injury sustained during a Europa League match against Sporting Lisbon in March 2023, a match that we lost, by the way, if you don't remember. Despite initially expecting to quickly return from that injury, Saliba's absence was a pivotal reason for Arsenal's struggles defensively and ultimately lost our lead at the top of the table to Manchester City. In the last 9 games of the Premier League, it had become evident that Saliba was so crucial to this Arsenal team. The statistics say so as well, as Arsenal's win percentage with Saliba in the heart of our defense stood at a very impressive 78% compared to just a 44% win rate without him. On average, we conceded just 0.9 goals per game with Saliba last season, but that number rose to 1.9 when he was absent, a whole goal difference. When Saliba started, Arsenal had averaged 2.4 points per game, whereas without Saliba it dropped to just 1.7. Saliba's absence also led to increased shots on our goal, 11.8 compared to 8.3 with Saliba. His impact isn't limited though, just to the defensive end. Arsenal's possession, passing accuracy into the final third, and shots per game all decreased without him on the field. All of these nerdy stats just shows you how important Saliba was and is to this team. After the season in July 2023, Saliba signed a new long-term deal with Arsenal and got that number 2 shirt. Now, if you exclude all the stats and just judge Saliba on the eye test, you would still be able to tell just how amazing he is and what a gem we have on our hands at Arsenal. He is strong, he is explosive, fearless, intelligent, composed on the ball. I mean, I can go on. He is a player that, if we keep developing and touch wood, doesn't suffer any huge injuries, he can be the heart of our defense for a decade plus and could eventually, maybe, one day put himself in the GOAT of centre-back debate. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that he is there or even anywhere near that GOAT debate. It's just what he could do. It's based purely on potential and what we've seen already in his short career. Let's be honest, Saliba has all the tools to put himself in that GOAT debate in 15 years' time. Not saying he will, I'm just saying based off potential and what he is capable of. But anyway, with all this being said, I would love to know what you guys think of Saliba. What do you guys think of the decision for us to load him out in the beginning of his career? Is it good? Is that the reason why he's so good now? And what do you think of him now? Is he the best centre-back in the world? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.